Hello, good day. My name is Majosh with British Columns. We're reacting to the devastating reports of a flash flood that hit Nepal as seen on CNN. Let's take a watch.
It's this horrifying new video which illustrates why there is so much concern, why we can say with near certainty this death toll will go up. You just see this wall of water engulfing a town there. The power.
That is just devastating. Like, beyond words. Beyond words.
The force of that water just carrying so many of the buildings away, sweeping them off their foundations. We saw other images of buses just being tossed around like toy cars. Truly, truly
Look at that,
devastating.
guys.
We're
Look at
working to
that.
get new information. There are other images coming in as well. Let's get right to CNN's Gage Golding for the latest on what you are seeing.
There's so many sediments of building just torn.
Learning about this.
31 dead, hundreds missing in this flash flood.
That video it just kind of grossly underestimates the number of fatalities that we're seeing right now. About 31 is the official count. And you look at this, I mean, just let's walk through this
Look at
video.
this video. Look at the size of this building, the trucks on the ground, the people on the ground, how small they are in comparison to the size of this building. And just watch what happens with the height and the force of the water.
How tall that building is, and you see how small those people are. I mean, that building has to be,
Exactly.
what, 5, 6 stories tall, and the water flows over it like it's a small rock dam in a creek, if you will. I mean, it's hard to imagine. I was in the Texas Hill Country for the floods there last year, and I remember looking up into these.
Guys, look at the buses and just watch what happened with the buses and the devastating force of the water.
Trees and seeing just wow,
Look at the
the
people
amount of
running.
water. This dwarfs that, and not to compare flood to flood, but it just the amount of water is hard to truly understand. And the numbers again, they are going to change and unfortunately dramatically increase. But the number of people killed here. 31. There are hundreds missing, including
Look
around
at how
400
the
people. That's
water
according to
just pushes the buses along. Like,
7 different nations, including the United States, the UK, South Africa, India, Australia, Netherlands. This is a very touristy town.
oh
You saw
my
this
gosh.
just they're being pushed away like toy cars. But there's one video I really want to show, and I want you to listen to it because it truly
Look at
encapsulates
that, guys.
what happened in those moments. And I want you to notice that it's in this video, it's nice out. You can see it's sunny. It seems like a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden, this wall of water comes out of nowhere. Please watch this.
Please pay attention to this. Look at this. You hear the it's just a normal day until the rising of the water comes around the corner.
I mean, just
Can you imagine being in that bus and just seeing the water coming and coming and coming, and you're looking for refuge, hoping, screaming, shouting, drive, drive, drive.
freaks in their voice. Yeah, you can only imagine what was going through their mind there. What you see in the beginning of the video is people just standing around, maybe hearing the water rushing down, but they weren't panicking in that moment yet. And then you saw the panic set in. You
Look at
saw
that,
people,
guys.
you saw, but I could only imagine in the front of that bus was
Oh,
somebody
look at the force of that.
driving as fast as they could to get to higher ground. We don't know the outcome of that video, but we do know some details like this, including around 60 workers, including almost a dozen from South Korea, working on a hydro power plant there, a 20 megawatt plant that they were working on. they are still unaccounted for at this point. So this is all up and down this river gorge here. And you might be wondering, how does something like this happen? I mentioned that it seemed like a beautiful, sun shining day. And from that video, it truly does. It doesn't look like it was storming or anything like that. What we have right now is it sounds like there was an earthquake registering about a 4.4 magnitude, according to the USGS, that triggered a landslide that lodged into a river, partially blocked it, and shoved what could only be described as a wall of water down the river into these villages. And as you can see there, it's pretty much a gorge. There's nowhere for this water to go except taking everything with it. This is a situation that we're going to continue to follow
Look,
as these
look,
numbers
look
continue to
at
come
the
in.
landscape.
Dental, one with hundreds missing, but
What happened to the
we're in
all this concrete here, building, and they're on top, and all of this just swept away toward the shreds. It's a parking lot there, and just all the buses there, and a car and some trucks.
villages, and as you can see there, it's pretty much a gorge. There's nowhere for this water to go except taking everything with it. This is a situation that we're going to continue
You
to
can see how it just ripped it to shreds at the end of it here. The building
water
just,
down the river into these villages, and as you can see there, it's pretty much a gorge. There's nowhere for this water to go except taking everything
you
with.
can see all this black stuff just being forced out the building before it is ripped to shreds
This is a
and
situation
it
that we're going to continue to
collapses.
follow as these numbers continue to come in. Current death toll 31 with hundreds missing, but I imagine the next time we talk, we'll have some updated information. Unfortunately, probably not some great information there.
No, Engage, you showed while you were talking, we saw those buses being swept away there, their parking garage. This is an aerial shot right here, just pointing out. You can see where the floods came in, way overflowing the banks there. I don't know if there were other buildings there that simply got swept away, but you can see how many buildings the water just simply completely passed through as it swamped that village. Obviously, the video of that school bus, those kids shrieking, is terrifying. The one hopeful thing there is that they seem to have made it through, right? I mean, the video made it through and the water did not reach those kids, but it is horrifying to hear their shrieks there. Gage, we're going to let
Absolutely
you
horrifying.
see if you can reach
Horrifying.
people on the ground there. Thank you so much for sharing your reporting on this. Well, I want
Well, continue to watch this and stay tuned to see what further developments, what's happening, what's the rescue. Uh, I don't know right now. It's devastating. Very devastating.